When I was a kid, I always got what I wanted. When I was 7, I wanted to drive a car, but obviously my parents said no, so I built one. When I was 16, I wanted a job, but they said I was too young, so I became an entrepreneur. So now, as you can imagine, this pattern I have can be a pretty double-edged sword, because I genuinely can't fathom a reality where I don't accomplish all the things I put my mind to and receive everything that I desire. Within ethical reason, of course. So when my phone died as I was playing games on it, I decided to build a Game Boy because not even my phone battery can tell me no. All throughout my life, I have always loved building, and I swore up and down that I'd be a mechanical engineer along with the 12 other careers I wanted to pursue. Oh my gosh, I'm basically like Barbie if you think about it. Anyways, as I was entering middle school, I was exposed to STEM, and my parents enrolled me in a coding summer camp. And that was my introduction to the breadboard and coding. Aside from taking a couple of coding classes in college here and there, I never really kept up with it. But that changes today, folks. I kinda just decided I wanted to do it, so I did it. And let's get into it. So in order to build this, I need the parts. I'm using a mini breadboard and mini wires, an Arduino Uno, a 0.96-inch OLED, however you say it, a buzzer, joystick, and jumper wires. First, we need to build the body, and then I can begin coding. So I'm using a breadboard, which is a prototyping tool for building electronic projects with no soldering, and we need a battery to power it. So I'm going to be using a USB cable to not only program it, but to provide the power. Along these rails is where you would insert the power, and as you can see, there's a positive and negative side. The power rails go from top to bottom and are all connected internally by a sheet of metal, whereas the terminal strips are connected from side to side. And these holes are called pins, which is where we'll connect various components like the Arduino. The Arduino is a microcontroller board which essentially acts as the brain and processes all the information that we give it. The jumper wires are used to connect components on the breadboard to the Arduino, and there are various types of wires for different purposes. The male to male, the male to female, and the female to female. So first I attach the breadboard onto the Arduino and then place the joystick down as well while securing it with adhesive. After I attached the jumper wires to the joystick, I ran them into the breadboard. Next, I placed the screen down and wired the display into the breadboard. Following that, I connected the joystick to the Arduino. Lastly, I attached the buzzer, and that was it for the hardware. Assembling the hardware was the easiest part for me, honestly, because I kind of just see and then I do. But then I had to connect it to my computer, find the code of some sort of gameplay, and then transfer it over. But as someone that actually probably has most coding experience than anybody else on this planet, to be quite frank, because my long resume of downloading mods on Sims and then having to mess with the files and then debugging it, like, y'all wouldn't get it. Y'all wouldn't understand this level of codetry. So never mind. So I spent a couple hours just kind of playing around with the files, importing different codes, seeking counsel from my personal robot assistant. But for those of you unfamiliar with coding, once you enter a code and then run it, it either will work or it'll notify you with an error within your code. So it was a back and forth process of tweaking the code of what I already inputted, honestly finding new gameplay and different codes to see if this would work better, and then I landed on this Tetris gameplay. And I was feeling extremely optimistic about this code. Everything was working great. The display lit up, things were moving, everything was falling into place. The only thing left to do was to fix a small piece within the code or to rewire the jumper wires to fix a joystick error. It's the only thing left I had to do. Just a couple more seconds for me to troubleshoot and fix this game, and yeah, it was pretty much complete. Just yeah, keep it simple, Sid. Whatever.